Man, it's hot outside. It's like all the winter blues have gone here in the UK and the sun's come out to play, everything's in bloom, it looks beautiful outside. Typically, I'm stuck indoors, I've been editing, and I want to make another video for you guys about some of my thoughts continuing with the Sony a7 III, or any Sony camera to be honest. And this is simply going to be some negatives actually, some of the things that I don't actually like about the Sony a7 III. It's not all bad. Overall, I love the camera. I liked it so much I bought it twice for weddings. I love it. It's a brilliant camera, but there is some negatives. That's what I want to go into today. I guess my first kind of issue with the camera, it's not really a major issue, it's not going to stop you shooting or getting some amazing pictures, but it's more of a little bit of a niggle really, and that's missing features on the camera. I know this is just simply their entry model, but if you look at the higher end A9 or the A7R III, you can even go back to the previous generation of the Mark IIs, none of them have this, or these features even. Things like multiple exposure. This is something I've said in the past. Why is it missing off this camera? It's on my Canon, it's on my Olympus, it's even on my freaking mobile phone, for God's sake. We're paying £2,000 for a camera. It's a brilliant camera, but it's missing features like multiple exposure, time lapse, another little bits and pieces. Probably I can't even think of at the moment. But why? Is there any need for this? No, there isn't, because if you go onto their Play Memories app store, which I know is not on the camera, it was on the previous models, but if you go there, there is options to actually purchase this. Now, I haven't tested whether you can actually buy them and put them on the Mark III, because I refuse to pay extra money to buy these features. So I hope there isn't an option to do that. Maybe there is. You download onto your PC and then upload it to the camera. I don't know. I'm not going to go into it because, like I say, I refuse to buy features that should be already on the camera. Like I say, it's a bit of a niggle. If I want to shoot multiple exposures now, I have to use my Canons. It's not an issue. I still like my Canons. They're still brilliant cameras. Just grab one out of the bag, shoot a couple of multiple exposures, and I'm done. For video, because I'm doing a little bit more YouTube, I don't know, time lapses would come in useful at some point when I actually get off my arse and get outside and do some stuff, because I want to do some more B-roll, because that's one area I'm not very good at, to be honest. So yeah, little thing, missing features. It's not massive, but it is a little bit of a niggle. My next thing is the actual size and weight of the G-Master lenses. Disclaimer, I don't own G-Master lenses, because I just don't feel like I need to. Some of the lenses I've got already, I've only got three, count it, 3 native lenses for my Sony: the 28 f2, the 55 1.8 and the 85 1.8. Brilliant lenses, all of them. If you haven't bought them or looking at getting one of them, I can highly recommend them. The 28 does distort a little bit, which is a little bit annoying, but it's an easy fix in Lightroom. The other two, brilliant, absolutely excellent lenses. As I said, the size and weight of the G-Master lenses. Now, in my last video when I said about 5 reasons why you might want to consider going to mirrorless cameras, I'll try and link it here or wherever, somewhere, maybe down in the description, I don't know, regardless. Somebody was saying about, well, the lenses must be big because of the flange distance. The flange distance is literally where the camera sensor is to basically the mount of the lens, and on the Canon cameras that could be, I think it's about 1 inch or something like that. I haven't done a full, measuring tape kind of style. It's about 1 inch, give or take, which is quite a big distance. On the mirrorless cameras, it's going to be considerably smaller because you don't have that flappy mirror in the way. So yeah, flange distance. And they're saying basically you can't, or this guy was saying that you can't really make the lenses smaller because of this. Oh my god, what a load of BS. This guy said this because I compared the Sigma 85R, which is the 1.4 lens, which is designed for a Canon system, or the Canon mount, my particular one, and I compared it against the Sony 85 1.8, which is designed for the E-mount system. Now you gotta remember, the Sigma was designed optically for a DSLR, not for the E-mount system. It's just, why this person could not understand that, I don't know. I'm just gonna forget about this person because I don't want to slag somebody off. I don't think that's right or professional. It's more the point I'm trying to get to. I can compare these lenses for size because one was optically designed for the E-mount system and one wasn't. Lenses can absolutely, for the E-mount system, be made smaller. How do I know this? Well, because of this freaking lens. If you've never come across this, this is called the Mitikon Speedmaster. It's a 50mm 0.95 aperture lens. Yes, a 0.95 lens for the aperture, and best of all, it's designed optically for the E-mount system, the full frame system. It's non-APS-C lens, it's a full frame lens, and oh my god, if I put my finger in any more than that, I actually touch the glass. The flange distance between the camera sensor and the actual front, or the element in here, is about that. So, my 35 Art, great lens. I actually dropped it years ago when I first got it, my first wedding. Boring story, forget about it. This has been designed specifically with a DSLR in mind. So optically, it's been designed to fit on a DSLR and that certain distance for the flange, okay? It's not been optically designed for a mirrorless system. So, what have Sigma done? They've got their MC11 adapter, and I'm going to even get this on there. Oh, look like a right pro there. And they've done that, making the lens much longer. Okay, fine. This is a brilliant business move. So they're basically taking their old lenses and slapping an adapter on there and then just calling it an E-mount native lens. Business-wise, brilliant, no issues there, but it is a little bit lazy, and it does make me think whether Sony actually did exactly the same thing. So they had an A-mount glass, and by all accounts, it's pretty good. Have they basically just brought that glass across to the E-mount system and stuck an adapter on as well, and just basically repackaged the lens? I don't know, maybe they have. Some of the optical formulas in those lenses are slightly different, I'll grant them that, but they might have had to change a couple of little bits because it's moving across. So they haven't been completely lazy, but the sizes can definitely be smaller. As I said, that's what Sigma have done lately, with especially with their new lenses that's going to be coming out for the E-mount system. It's lazy, but it's great business. If I was Sigma, I would have done exactly the same. So I can't really moan at them too much for that. But I'm going a little bit off topic here. As I said, one of my issues or potential things I don't like is just the size of the glass that we're getting these days. We're buying smaller camera bodies and we want smaller lenses. It is optically possible. The 28 f2 is a small lens. The 55 1.8 is a small lens. The 85 1.8 again is a pretty small lens and very small flange distance. So the flange distance is not an argument. The lenses can physically be made smaller to fit on the E-mount system. But hey, what do I know? Another tiny kind of gripe I have, and that's the menu systems on the Sonys. And again, this is going through all the Sony systems. It's not simply exclusive to the A7 III, the A9, the A7R III, and the A7 III. They've all got these slightly updated menu systems. I think the A6500, if I'm correct, I could be slightly wrong on that one, I'm not 100% sure, because I don't own that camera. But they've all got this slightly updated menu system, and it's just still a little bit confusing. I've been shooting weddings for 8 years now, something along those lines, and there's things in this menu system I've got absolutely no idea what they're for. And it's not in the video menu system part, like the second tab you might say. This is in the tab 1, and there's, I don't know, a ridiculous amount of options in there. I mean, some of it is probably really relevant. It's probably because I haven't read the manual. I'm doing a typical guy thing. I mean, come on guys, be honest with me, you don't always read the manuals. I mean, let's just throw that one out there. But yeah, I haven't read the manual fully, you know, so hands up, shoot me now. I'm a bad person, I guess. It's no way near as bad as the Olympus menus. They are absolutely shite. They're just ridiculously complex. There's no need for that. The Sony menus are a little bit better. But if you go to the Canon menus, again, I'm coming from a Canon background. The Canon menus are so much easier to understand and work your way around. I don't know, maybe Sony can do some sort of update in the future, but given Sony's track record of updates, they'll probably just bring out a new camera essentially, rather than update the software or the firmware or whatever you want to call it. But we'll have to wait and see. I hope they do. I hope they update the software or the firmware and bring different features onto the camera, but I can't see it personally. But hey, we can hope. Now I'm starting to really struggle to come up with ideas that's potentially wrong with the A7 III, because it is such a good camera. When I scrap this, when I actually hold this, it covers just about everything I personally need as a wedding photographer. I've got easy access to just about every feature I need that's physically on this camera. So continuous tracking, face and eye autofocus, etc, etc. It does everything very, very well. The joystick as well on the back is just icing on the cake. That's absolutely lovely. The grip is really nice for my hands, dual memory cards, etc, etc. It's a very, very good camera. It's beautiful, love it. But there is one significant thing that I think is absolutely shite on it. It is just terrible. I have spoken to people on Facebook, let's say, and there's been a little bit of confusion, so I would just want to kind of clear it up. And that is, I mean, Sony, you really f***ed this up. The touchscreen on this is, trying to put into words just how bad the touchscreen on this is. You see, right in front of me now, I've got a mobile phone. Mobile phones have had touchscreens on them for, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. It's been going on quite a while, and you know, they're just brilliant. Let's just unlock my phone, and we've got options. We can go into, I don't know, wherever the settings are, or I can't even freaking see the settings. Yeah, and we can just go through everything in our own time and just do things. It's almost like, it's a noisy twat. It's like phone manufacturers actually trust us to use their phones, and we can use a touchscreen. That's brilliant. I love it. It's great. I mean, I think we all love touchscreens on mobile phones. So why, oh why, is Sony so determined not to give us a decent touchscreen? The only things, as you'll see now, you can touch the focus, or where you want the focus point to actually be, but then you have to press the shutter button to actually acquire focus. It's stupid. I mean, it's okay to have it as an option, but why not have more options? The only option you've got there is just to touch the screen to tell the camera where you want the focus point to be, and then take the picture, or to focus and take the picture. It's a bit lazy. Why don't we have the option of touch and it focuses automatically, and then we can take the picture, or touch where we want the focus to be, and it actually takes the picture for us? If you look at the Olympus now, you'll see if I touch this screen, it'll focus where I want it to be, or if I touch it, it will actually focus and take the picture. Brilliant. Alright, the Olympus isn't perfect. You can't go through the menu systems on the Olympus, unfortunately. It is a little bit older camera, you might say, but it should still have these features on there. The best touchscreen I've come across personally is on the Canon 5D Mark IV. This is one area where Canon has seriously upped the game, and it's a beautiful feature. I can touch the screen to not only just focus, but to actually take the picture. That's awesome. And it just, if I'm holding, let's say, a camera above my head, like this, I don't want to just be pissing around. I want to tap it, it focuses and take the picture. Alright, Canon doesn't have the tilt screen or anything like that, which is freaking annoying, but hey, I'm moving over to Sony, so it doesn't matter. It would have been nice, but the touchscreen on the Canon is wonderful. You can go through the menus, you can pinch to zoom on the actual images, you can swipe, you can just do it all on the Canons. It's like Canon trust us to be an adult and actually go through the actual camera system as we want it. Sony, you can't do any of that. The only thing you can do, let's just boot this up a second. I know, rubbish image. We can double tap to go, like, zoom in. So this tells me that the touchscreen is capable of having a kind of swipe feature, because I can move the image with my finger. Okay, so the camera must have that feature. Double tap. Oh, there we go. But I cannot do anything else. I can't do anything. Why is this? Go into the menus. I can't touch anything. It seems like whoever basically programmed the touchscreen had a lunch break, got distracted by some really hot female in the cafeteria, and forgot what he was doing, essentially, because this touchscreen is just absolutely, as I say, Sony, you sort it out, please. Firmware update now, not in a year's time or in another camera. We have a touchscreen on this camera, please sort it out. You brought the touchscreen out on the A6500. it did exactly the same thing as it does now. You haven't updated anything. I mean, it blows my mind. We're paying a lot of money for this camera and you're missing this basic feature. Oh, it is a basic feature in 2018. If it was back in 2010, it wouldn't be a basic feature, but we're not. This is 2018. I'm paying a lot of money for my camera. I want the good features. I don't actually like bitching, believe it or not. You might think I do, but I really, really don't. But I just want to play a little bit of devil's advocate because my last video was 5 things I really like about the camera and why you should potentially think about switching over to mirrorless systems. And this is just, I want to just follow up and just say some of the things I don't actually like about the camera, because it's not all, you know, sunshine and lollipops, you might say, or some people say. It's a great system, but it's not perfect. So let me know some of the things that you don't like on the camera. You know, maybe there's lots I have missed. I mean, I don't do videos, so there's probably some video features that are rubbish. I don't know. Tell me, please. Let's talk about it. Anyway, next time.